Hey, good morning, guys. It is 6:49. Woke up at 6 o'clock. I didn't know that was possible, but I'm awake. So it's March 22nd, and we're on day 62. Is it 62? It's 63. 63. I didn't post anything last night because I'm not in a Wi-Fi area. So... and I didn't do all the editing. So I'm doing some catch up right now on the comments. And I didn't stay up all night editing. At 10 o'clock I shut it down just so I knew I was getting up at 6. And I'm not sure if you can see me. They're already setting up the hammocks and stuff. So I'm all packed up. So I'm glad I woke up at 6 because the local businesses here are starting to open up shop. So today's plan is, I think I only got like 30 some odd kilometers, 30 some odd kilometers to my destination point, which is going to be High TN. High TN is, sorry about this, guys, 35 kilometers. I did 85 kilometers yesterday because I hugged the coast. And the most direct route was 90 to High TN, but it's added it's almost, yeah, I think it added 30 kilometers total, but I went through a lot more beautiful territory with no traffic because the roads were not really made for cars. It was made for scooters and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm gonna get out. I'm going to find a spot that maybe is not in a business area. They probably want me to pay to sit here. Because a lot of times these hammocks, I'm not sure if you see behind me, you'll see them all along the roads and stuff like that. And usually it's like 5,000 dong to actually kick up your feet for a while. I don't know if that gets you an hour or whatever. I have not actually done it myself. But it's a way to get out of the heat. Usually have like a nice beverage of some type and then get back out on your scooter and move along. Yeah, so that's the plan. So we're already at 3 minutes, so I'll go ahead and just say my plan is to get on. I'm actually on the DT11 right now. DT11, and eventually I'll go up and I'll hit the DT. It intersects with the DT80, and the DT80 will take me right into High TN. I'll probably stay there for the night, and in the morning start hitting the border. But then again, it is very early, so I don't know. I might push through. I'll make up my mind when I get there. All right, guys. Bye. This was a last minute decision right here. I decided to grab an omelet. I was grabbing some sandwiches, but I decided to grab an omelet while I was here. It looks actually pretty damn good. So I decided to stop and get it. So, yeah. Hey, I decided to pull over to the side. What time is it? It's 10:42 right now. And I'm about 5 miles from Haitien, which, yeah, I'm 5 miles from Haitien, because then after that it's the border. So I'm gonna, it's so early in the morning that the border crossing is a total of 12 kilometers. So I might just shoot for actually trying to get across the border tonight. I mean tonight. It's still morning time. Yeah, so I'm gonna see about just getting into Cambodia. Just go ahead and go straight into Cambodia, and then figure out where I'm actually gonna stay for the night. That would mean, because I need to find somewhere that has internet tonight, at least tonight, so I can post yesterday's video, which I still haven't edited. I need to edit this one and post this one, and charge up my devices and stuff like that. So yeah, that seems like the plan. Obviously I'm sitting right in front of a bunch of garbage, so the view is not that great, but there is a beach behind me. I'm sitting here because it's one of the few trees that I can climb underneath and get some shade. So yeah, I might go ahead and just do the border crossing today. My friend Doug gave me a heads up. He's like, you probably don't want to be filming as you're trying to cross the border, just because it might throw up some red flags or something and cause me hassle and might slow down my crossing. So I might film outside before I go in and after I get through it, but not the actual at the checkpoints or anything like that, because I don't want to be hassled. I just want to be able to get through smoothly. All right. But I'm still planning to probably take me about an hour. But that's the plan, guys. Peace. I got about 1 kilometer. I decided to pass through Haitien. It didn't look like anything I want to stop for. It's 11:51 anyways, so I got like the whole day still ahead of me. So 1 kilometer, that way I got the border crossing. So like I said, I'm not gonna do any filming when I get there, but it's right ahead of me. So that's the plan. I'm gonna see if everything goes smoothly or just get through. And go about 40 kilometers, I do believe. There's a spot, can't remember the name of the city, but there's some good affordable accommodations. And 40 kilometers sounds about right for the day. So there's the border crossing. And now I'm going to put my camera away. Alright, that was just the exit Vietnam part. Now I'm going over to the Cambodia side. I figured I could sneak in a quick filming here. I don't think I'll be harassed. Kind of go in with the group. That always looks better. So I made it through the border crossing with no problems. It's 12:46 right now, so that's not that bad a problem for time-wise. And like I said, I think I got about 30 kilometers to get to the town I'm shooting for, but I don't have data right now, so I can't check my map for any of this information. I kind of messed up. I put in my travel notice for tomorrow because I just thought I was going to go tomorrow and cross the border and stay in Haitien. And I was like, one day is not going to make a difference. My bank will let me slide, but I just tried the ATM and it got declined. I don't think I would be declined for just 1 day difference, but who knows. I'll try a different ATM on down, or like maybe a currency exchange. I got a few $100,000 I can change in for food or something. I can always camp if I can't withdraw money until tomorrow. So yeah, so hi ho, and I'm going that way. It's 1:55 right now, and I found one tree. It is hotter in Cambodia. It feels hotter in Cambodia. It honestly does. The heat just got ridiculous as soon as I walked across that border. I don't know if it's the humidity or what, but the heat seems way worse in Cambodia. So I found another bank, and I tried and I tried my card again, and same thing. I got declined on trying to withdraw any type of money. SIM card wise, I to call the bank or anything like that, I need a SIM card, which to get a SIM card requires money, which, you know, so it's like one of these loops that you can't get out of, you know. The DMV in California used to be like that when you're getting your driver's licenses. You had to have insurance on the car that you were going to take behind the wheel test on, but to get insurance on your vehicle you needed a license, but you couldn't get your license unless you had the insurance to, you know, it was like, so anyway, let's see. So no data, probably no cash till tomorrow. I couldn't find a foreign exchange, currency exchange thing. I need data on my phone to look these up, even though I downloaded offline maps and stuff. It doesn't give you the you know, like it doesn't give you the details that you need, like looking up something like that. It just gives you very general information. Anyway, so inventory, I do have 2 things of water. I have 1 thing of tea, so that's going to be my delight. I have 1 ramen noodle, and these little things, they're basically rice cakes. I don't know why that little bee is on there. I thought they were honey coated, like popcorn or something. They ended up being rice cakes and bland as hell. So, but that's dinner for the night. This and 1 top ramen, and until tomorrow. So I need to find somewhere to camp, and yeah, I'll just be late posting 2 videos now, and but that's what happens. You know, these things pop up, and it's how we deal with it that actually matters. And if you let your spirits get crushed, then everything else just falls apart. So the main thing in survival was 80% of survival is your attitude. It really is. You know, the other 20% is skill and knowledge and stuff like that, but 80% is definitely the attitude that you have when you're in a situation that's frustrating and stuff like that. But anyway, that's my little update. I'm gonna hide in the shade until I feel a little better, like getting back out in this heat. I looked how far the town is. It's about 40 kilometers, and that was about maybe 5 or 10 kilometers, no, about 5 kilometers back when I looked. So I'll probably get closer to that, and in the morning try an ATM, and then try to look into getting like a SIM card and stuff like that. All right. So it's 4:34 right now, and I just got off the road over here. You can see the cars and stuff, and I found this fairly big. Yeah, I mean it's a well-sized lot, it looks like, and it's down by the river here. So people are down here fishing and stuff like that over by the bridge, which is the bridge is right there. So I'm gonna look off maybe in this direction over here and see if I can find some trees. I'm getting very, 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 very close to. I'm getting very close to the Campot. The town I'm going to is Campot. That's where I'll probably pick up my SIM card tomorrow. Hit the ATM. They have cheap lodging there. Do some cleaning, get on Wi-Fi, put everything together. Spend the day or two almost, maybe, catching up on posting videos and editing and stuff like that. Right now, without data, it's kind of hard to do anything. So, but that's the old-fashioned way of travel. I mean, I remember before the smartphones, that's how we got around with the atlas. We got around with the road atlas, and that was one of the best books in the world, man. A little on the costly side, but I used to carry that in my bag and just, stare at it, trying to decide where I wanted to travel to next. But now everything's smartphone and Google Maps, and hey, I'm not complaining. I like it, but it makes my life a lot easier. But I do remember the old days. So there's a nostalgic flavor to actually having an atlas, an old paper road atlas. But yeah, this looks like home for the night. Just because I won't be in anybody's property. So I'm gonna go ahead and start looking. So one thing you want to do when you're scouting out a campsite, if you don't want to be alone, left alone. I hear a boat over that way, so that waterway is right there. So this doesn't go too much farther. But it's to look for like tracks and trails and stuff like this, like how the rocks are all kind of like in a circle, like you can tell that someone's been sitting there. Looks like they had a fire. That means a few things. They're probably cooking the fish that they caught, but also that fires are safe here. So also the tracks on the ground, right? How fresh are they? If they're in mud and stuff. You're gonna find a lot of tracks are what's called sand traps. So a sand trap is a bit of sand or dirt or something like that you can see footprints and stuff like that. This is a sand trap, more or less. It's a harder sand trap, but it's nonetheless a sand trap. And when someone comes walking through, you'll be able to see a footprint. That one's a little too tough, a little too solid. But the softer the sand, the easier you're going to pick up a footprint that you're going to be able to see. Also, something that you want to do is you want to make sure you know what your footprint is. So if you find a good set of soft sand and stuff like that, put your footprint down and really study what your track looks like. That way when you're coming in and out of camp and stuff, you'll know how to recognize your footprints, which you should really avoid trying to leave them compared to other people's. Yeah, it's just something you do. It's the same way that you also try and recognize the animals around you that are in that area by looking at scat. And you should familiarize yourself with a little bit with more dangerous animal scat, like black bears are not really that dangerous, but they can mess your world up. I actually had two major run-ins with a black bear. One where he was basically on my head while I was sleeping, sniffing on me, and I kind of came to and I froze because Oh, there's a big ass black bear sniffing on me. But that was weird. That was the first time I've ever froze out of something. My body was like, "Nah, I'm not moving. That's good. You do what you want to do, but we're not moving." Yeah, and I didn't have any control of that. Next time, same black bear. I was walking to my camp, and I didn't have a flashlight. Dummy me, I didn't have a flashlight, right? So a lot of times when you're walking into camp anyway, you don't want to use a flashlight regardless. You want to walk by braille, because someone's going to see your flashlight going into somewhere, into your camp area, and then leaving, and they're going to take note of where that spot is and go out sometime when you're not there, whatever, hopefully when you're not there, because those situations could become dangerous. And then all of a sudden you don't have a camp, you know, or you might end up having to deal with a dangerous person or a crazy person, or there's people out there that just like beating up homeless people. And but so that's just, yeah, get used to tracks. That'll determine your safety. Scat. My big one is mountain lion. Bears are bears, but mountain lions I don't trust. And everything else, you know, these are just little things to make you live a little bit longer. But all right, guys, that's a hobo rambling for you. So that's what I was afraid of. The tree line right here is actually the water line. So that's where all the trees are, where the water actually starts. So yeah, so it looks like I might not be hanging my hammock. I might be ground camping. So the best thing to do probably is, there's some palm fronds over here. There's enough right here that are actually palm fronds. I just take them and I'll go lay them on the ground somewhere that's got a little sandy. And yeah, maybe right here, somewhere where this is away from the bush so the snakes don't get me. But yeah, I'll figure that out. Anyway, I just wanted to say, yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to be doing that, but this ground looks fairly clean, so I'll just grab the palm fronds to keep a buffer from me losing all my body heat through convection, when the ground loves to suck up body heat. So I just need something underneath me. Alright guys, my battery's almost out, and I'm not sure how much I can charge it after this, so I need a little juice for tomorrow. Alright guys, bye. Alright, I'm all set up for bed. Right now I am cold cooking, cold soaking some top ramen. I got my snacks. I still got one water over there. Here, I'll show you my bed set up real quick. It's just the palm fronds, like I said. I stacked up the palm fronds with my scarf on top of it, just so no little bugs want to climb up through it. I use my backpack as my pillow. I have, sorry about my camera work here, but poofy jacket if it does get cold. And these are just standard things that you need to have: your gloves to stay warm. I'm sacrificing my scarf to sleep on top of. Eye shades with earplugs on the inside. Earplugs are a must. My night lamp, my headlamp with red. So I got replacement batteries for this, obviously. Red is a good one. It's the best color because it has a smaller signature than most of the other colors, except for green. Green actually, it has a small signature, and it actually brings out more detail in stuff like footprints and stuff like that. Just if you, if you're tracking, someone or something. And my beanie. So those are the things that are going to keep me warm. I didn't even really need the jacket. I lightly just had it over me last night. So yeah, I should be just fine tonight. This is not the first time I slept on the ground. I am a ground sleeper by nature. And but yeah, it's a good night. And I'm going to keep this short. I just jumped back on to say, hey, good night, y'all. And I'll see you tomorrow. And I'm going to save the rest of the battery for tomorrow. Hopefully everything goes smoothly tomorrow. Bye, y'all.